Alright folks, we're back. This is the Ryder Cup Pro Division. This is a 9-hole tournament we had. So there wasn't much time to hone things in. So basically it's just 9 holes for the qualification and 9 holes for the final round. So basically I'll show you what I did in the qualifications and the final on a couple of the holes here. Basically I stayed the same on quite a few of the holes. But this here tournament used to be called the White Cliffs tournament. So all these 9 holes come from White Cliffs. Now I don't know why they changed the name to Ryder Cup here. It says Ryder Cup 4B. It probably should state White Cliffs 4B. So if you want to do a search under how I played these holes in previous tournaments, it would be White Cliffs 4B, I'm sure. So every time you see Ryder Cup, should be White Cliffs. So that's something to remember. So anyways, this is hole number 1, and let's get started. So I lost my notes for this particular tournament, so I'm going to have to try to explain the best way I can on the elevations. And so I went full top, full right. I believe we got the blue touching rough. And you can get away with the Titan here. You don't have to use a Kingmaker. So this is just max plus 20%. And then we push back up after we did our adjustment. Push back up to max. And if you're using a Sniper 10 like we are here, we just went a little bit into overpower, probably 1 ring. If you use a Sniper 9, I'd probably go a couple rings into overpower. So that puts us at 372. It's important to mark down the yardage because that hill severely slopes downhill. So it depends on how far down the fairway you hit it. It's going to affect your elevation. So this is the second shot. I'm not even sure what we used for the elevation here, but I imagine it was something around 20% elevation. The same thing we used on the first shot. And where we use this at, I'm not even sure. Maybe 75% of the club it looked like. We're going with just over 5 topspin. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, I believe. Yeah, just over 5 and a little bit of right spin. We actually go with 6 because we want the ball guide going a little bit past the pin there is where we want it. Now we didn't have much time to hone this shot in. So let's take a look at what happened here. This is 20% max distance. Or if not max, we played 75% of the club. Like I mentioned, you can see it went just right of the hole. Now you can either change the elevation on that or just set up your ball so it's left side of cup or something like that. Just change where your aim point, because we had that aimed right directly at the flag. So that's how we played on the qualification rounds. Let's see if we got a video for the final round. So this is how we played it in the final round. Tried something different. I wanted to actually get it further down the fairway so we could just, instead of going with a rough bump, I wanted to go directly right at the flag and try it that way. Because I did play this in White Cliffs tournament before with a power slice here. So I figured I'd try it again. I got the green ring so it's cutting halfway inside the fairway and halfway inside the sand trap. And we're going to go full slice here, full overpower, full curl. And there you see we just made it. So next time I play that, I'd probably play a little bit up into the rough there instead of half and half. So 398 yardage. Again, it's important to mark it down. And now again, we just guessed at the elevation here. I believe we went 20% elevation again. Now it's a matter of finding where we sit. Looks like somewhere around mid-distance to me. Now it's a matter of getting the proper backspin on it. We go with 2.5 back, a little bit left, directly right at the hole. Now let's see what happens with this shot. You can double check my adjustments there, how far I moved it, to make sure I actually did go 20% elevation. We did hit perfect. And again, we just missed it. So to me, it looks like we needed more elevation adjustment on that shot. So those are two different ways to play this hole. There's actually a third way. You can hit it straight all the way down the fairway and do a rough bump. I actually think I have that on video too for my White Cliffs tournament. So those are a couple ways to play hole number 1. Thanks for watching. We'll move on to hole number 2.